it's a side recommendation because we haven't brought it up in a while. But could we have the smokers downwind, just so that anyone else can like at least have something to leave? Is that okay?
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Now we're gonna go ahead. Can we get an individual reading the principles of solidarity?
Hi.
Anyone want to volunteer? Can we get the principles of solidarity?
Come on.
Come on in, Anthony.
So I don't have any batteries in it right now. I disabled the dimmer switch because the dimmer switch was the problem. So it goes, it's as bright as it can possibly get, but it's stable.
What kind of batteries?
What kind of batteries? AA, 5 AA batteries. It's exactly the same as mine.
September 17th, 2011.
Something happened.
We came together.
I was watching live feed. I woke up early that morning.
We didn't do that on the 17th. The principals came a little bit later. We came to occupy on the 17th.
No, I broke it.
No, we watched.
Give me a principle.
We watched live feed on September 17th.
Right.
Yeah,
that's in there. That's in there.
We should change it.
On September 17th, 2011. On September 17th, 2011. We as individuals. Came together. To protest. Blatant injustices. Of our time. Perpetuated. By the political and economic elites. On the 17th. We as individuals. Rose up against political disenfranchisement. And social and economic injustice. We spoke out. Resisted. And successfully occupied Wall Street. Today we proudly remain. Liberty Square. Constituting ourselves as autonomous political beings. Engaged in nonviolent civil disobedience. And building solidarity. Based on mutual respect. Acceptance. And love. It is from these reclaimed grounds that we say to all Americans and to the world, enough! How many crises does it take? We are the 99%. And we have moved to reclaim our mortgaged future through a direct democratic process. We have come together as individuals and crafted principles of solidarity, which are points of unity that include but are not limited to engaging in direct and transparent participatory democracy, exercising personal and collective responsibility, recognizing individuals' inherent privilege, and the influence it has on all interactions, empowering one another against all forms of oppression, redefining how labor is valued, the sanctity of individual privacy, the belief that education is a human right, and endeavoring to practice and support wide application of open source. We are daring to imagine a new socio-political and economic alternative that offers greater possibility of equality. We are consolidating the other proposed principles of solidarity, after which demands will follow. Thank you. Anyone who will volunteer to read for us the statement of non-violence? A volunteer to read the statement.
Hi, Bonnie.
Does anyone wish to read the statement? We have a volunteer. Okay. Already.
I'm touching myself here. Let me get disentangled from my gear.
I have it. Oh, okay. We have the statement of nonviolence. Yeah, we do. Right. Thank you.
Oh, that's bright.
It is bright.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Statement of nonviolence.
Statement of nonviolence.
We are an open, participatory, democratic, horizontal, peaceful, and nonviolent movement. We are not a leaderless movement. We are a movement of leaders. As a nonviolent movement, we have agreed to refrain from violence against any person from carrying weapons and from destruction of property. We reject violence, including property destruction, because we recognize that it undermines popular support and discourages the broadest possible participation among the 99%. We believe nonviolence promotes unity, strength of message, and an environment in which everyone's voice might be heard.
We're going to get into the discussion topic right now. For those of you who don't know, boycotting Shell Artwalk happened last night. And it was going fantastic. Then the police decided to intervene. They lifted Adam when he was going around a car. Sergio stepped in. And then they took Sergio. Charging him with lynching. Now the discussion topic is going to be discussed. I forgot who was going to discuss it. Candace is going to discuss it because she was there. And James. And hopefully you all wish to participate. Because our brothers and sisters are important. You guys ready? No, but we have a discussion.
Okay, so yesterday at the Occupy show, Artwalk.
At the
Do we need my checks? No? Okay, so we were marching down and we were right in front of the Latin History Museum because we had this idea, we had this big rollout, we were going to have everyone sign this thing that said, I promise I'm going to boycott Shell, and we were going to send it to Occupy Nigeria. And so we're stopped there, and there's tons of people on the sidewalk. And I didn't see the encounter with when Adam and Sergio were actually when Adam first got arrested, but I did see when Sergio was getting arrested, and saw them push him into the wall, and saw them use excessive force with him, and then saw the reaction of the general public to what was happening. And there was a lot of art patrons who probably had never been to a protest before or seen police brutality, or were seeing someone who was just getting pushed and shot for no reason. And then the police officer took someone's bike and started pushing people with the bike on the sidewalk. He was about 2 feet into the sidewalk. So push us with your bike. And enough people started yelling at him that I think it frightened him a bit. So he left. And then
well, I mean, I don't know quite what the discussion topic was going to be about. I mean, I think it's really shitty that Sergio and Adam got arrested. That's right. But I think that, like, the most important thing that happened yesterday was that there was a solid 400 people that were immediately radicalized by seeing police brutality in real time.
Yeah.
And that was done because we showed up and there was a group of a couple thousand people and we were there protesting. And so, to me, a really useful discussion topic would be, how can we do that more?
And of course, we want to look at the general atmosphere of police repression and the focus that has come on Occupy LA. From the courtrooms to the streets, we are witnessing a very dangerous pattern of police repression against this movement. Those who have been attending the court regularly will see the nature of the lies that is being piled up against our people. The concoction that is coming from the office of the city attorney, and the new trend to want to persecute the members of Occupy LA. All that together with what happened yesterday would constitute the focus of the discussion this evening. So, sir, who can help us do the break into groups, or you want to do more summary before we do?
And real quick, I mean, I think that we should all be careful of talking about whether or not Adam should have gone into the street, or whether or not Sergio should have been standing there, whatever he did. And instead, my understanding of what happened is that we had a band of drummers that were so fucking awesome I can't put into words. This band included a trumpet player. We were marching and dancing and introducing art and music and enjoyment into Artwalk. This was a fun and festive thing. And police came, introduced violence and chaos into this situation, and that is the point for me. It's not what Sergio or Adam should have done or anything like that. There was no violence done by them. The violence was introduced by the people in the uniforms. And so, to me, that's the narrative that's most important to me. And so that's why I shy away from talking about should have and would have, and in regards to what happened for Sergio and Adam. I saw them do nothing but this, and that's not violence to me. So, with that said,
So what the original discussion topic was going to be before everything happened last night was just that it seems that with our discussion topics we talk about these broad ideas and nothing really comes from it. So, you know, we passed through the GA to boycott Shell. So we're thinking, you know, why not have a discussion topic, a frame around what actions we can take. No, that was what the discussion. Okay. So why don't we have a discussion topic based on like what actions we can take with boycotting Shell? I know in the UK on February 4th they're gonna have a blockade of Shell oil trucks for solidarity with Nigeria, and they expressed throughout Twitter if you guys would like to join. And so with that, specifically us in LA. So with that being said, maybe that could be well, that is our discussion topic. What can we do, and what actions under the umbrella of boycott can we do?
Cool.
So
Break out?
yeah. So I'm not
So get into groups of around like 8 to 10 people. Start having the discussion, and we'll get back into it. And hopefully, we'll have some really interesting and amazing ideas to stop Shell. Thanks, guys. Go for it.
Yes,
Everybody just here. I'm going to wander around.
Group up! Start huddling your massive bodies. Huddling your bodies.
Huh? Hey! Awesome!
We're going to get all rigged up now.
and the extension cord that you're going to need to plug it in.
Hi.
And you can borrow this as well if you want the tripod.
That would be so amazing, because I'm sure that my one cop viewer is like going, stop shaking the camera. I'm just kidding, it's funny.
Awesome. So yeah, so PMbeers here, she's going to be streaming the GA.
I love it.
While Sky and I are gone.
It was a good day.
And I was last night streaming at Artwalk.
Yep.
And Artwalk was amazing.
I like what you got there, microphone.
It was such a beautiful event. Before the arrest happened,
It was like good energy, everybody walking down the street.
absolutely, it was wonderful. And then, actually, while we were marching, I was actually videoing the people watching us, because it was kind of weird that there's hundreds of people with their videos videoing us. So I was videoing them, videoing us, and it was so amazing, the reception that we were getting. You know, those are our people. We should be, you know, with them more, you know, letting them have the experience that they're missing out on.
Right.
And
I like the way that James put it, that 400 people got radicalized.
and the thing is that it wasn't occupiers who were taking the street, it was them. Like, we were kind of like, someone said to me, hey, should we take the street? And I'm like, you know, I can't get arrested. I know that, you know, if I say, come on, you guys, let's go on the street, a cop sees me do that, I'm inciting a riot. I've seen that happen in court. I can't do that.
Right.
It was, you know, it was those other people who flooded the streets. And it was amazing.
I'm sorry, I missed it. I streamed Venice GA last night.
And that's the first time that I've ever like marched in the street before.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've never marched in the
You were
street.
in the streets last night?
Yeah, after the arrest, after there was 1,000 people in the street, then I went in the street.
Oh.
And
There were
that
1,000 people in the street?
It became close to that from what I was
Probably.
saying and everybody else
Yeah.
has said. I didn't
Just
look at the
because of
footage.
that caused all that chaos, and then everybody was in the street?
Yep.
yes,
Wow.
and it wasn't us, it was
It
them.
was Artwalk. Artwalk, folks. Regular other.
And they were
other
chanting with us, and they were chanting, "This is what a police state looks like," and they were chanting, "The whole world is watching," and then they were chanting, "Artwalk is watching," and I mean,
I'm gonna look at your.
we had 50 people. That was a tiny amount of people compared to the people at Artwalk. And like, never underestimate, you know, what a small group of people can change the world, because like Margaret Mead said, that's the only thing that ever has.
Right. So you saw that in action?
Yeah, and it was just such a beautiful experience, and it was also, you know, traumatizing seeing these two people being slammed in the street, seeing this very tiny woman like in the street underneath cops. I mean, that was really
So was it Karina?
traumatizing.
Was the other person? Was Sergio and Adam, and the third person was Karina?
Yeah.
Is that right?
That was
Yeah,
Karina?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
and
I'm blinding you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Give me this
I love
dirty
you,
look.
I love you, but you know,
Hey,
I can't
hey.
see. I got all flare in my camera and everything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So Patty, can I get
I can't see anything this way.
responsible for?
All right,
It's not a light one.
No, it's not
What a
light. It's
backpack.
heavy. You'll get a workout for sure.
all right.
Hey, Britt. Hey, how are you doing? Yeah?
That was a little weird, like 3 live streamers live streaming each other.
Oh yeah, no, we do all the time. We cross the streams, and do you see there was like a citizen journalist how to shoot the revolution? Have you seen that video?
I think I saw it with like football maneuvers and stuff,
So
and
it's
like,
you put your backs to
okay,
each other so you have different views.
and then
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, but we could practice some of those moves. You know.
All right. Pretend now I'm getting attacked. Go into V shape around me.
V-shape, yeah. Okay. So I want to get into some of these discussion groups and find out.
All right.
Go to the jail. Everybody be ready. And then
Welcome to the live stream, officer. Hey Bonnie, when Candace was talking without the mic check, were you able to hear her?
go back in. And just disrupt. I would suggest that.
If you guys want, we're going to make a call for like size.
I think it's going to happen recommended because I want to see what much community.
Running shoes. Being mobile when we go on marches.
How about rollerblades?
Rollerblades can work too.
You know what I have?
That would be hot. We should do a.
Hi, Patty.
Hey.
Tiny tiny like army is your turn.
Yeah.
Not tiny. No, not tiny.
Oh, monster sense. Like another
art show. Yeah.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Yeah, that's what you guys did for school conference, and I was watching, and you guys were moving the tent back and forth. I was like, it has to be.
Do you guys mind I'm streaming? Can I? What is that? What is it?
This is a play for Occupy at the Casa 101 Theater.
Awesome. Can I get one? I can help you promote it.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Is there a Facebook event or anything for it?
Yeah, there's a Facebook event.
Okay, so I will look it for that. When I get home, I'll invite my 200 closest Facebook friends, and
that'd be great.
I'll tweet on my unofficial Twitter.
So do you want cast members from Occupy?
No. Well, we have a cast, but we have a cast. But if there's people that are interested, like this, like the whole production is meant to be really like collaborative. So if there's like if anyone's like a poet or anything like that, or they have like a poem about.
There's that lightsaber again. My person on chat here was telling me they were digging that.
Within the production.
That looks cool when it goes by your face. That looks really hot. Your face is all blue.
Like with the production or like house management or. Like,
were you with us last night at Artwalk?
No, I wasn't.
It was amazing. It was absolutely.
What'd you guys do?
We just met right here. There's about 50 people. Venice Beach All Stars were drumming. Some guy had a trumpet. The music was great. We were just marching that way. I was videoing it. And then the people were really excited to see us. And then a couple of people got violently arrested, and the crowd took the street.
Wow.
And it wasn't us who took the street. It was them. And they started marching. And I think a lot of people were really, really excited to be in their first Occupy march. It was really beautiful.
That's good. How many people would you say joined the...
I say 1,000. Yeah.
That is incredible.
Wow, you're tall. I have to go like that.
Huh?
You're tall. I have to reach up to film you.
You said, hey, there's not. Now we can focus on that. I think what will happen is we brainstorm this. I'll keep people went over there to go check it out. And next thing in public to everybody else.
Like the rules of fighting.
Yeah, and that's the same thing that happened when we tried to take the cornfields. Was too many people knew about it. We announced it to GA. We told the park rangers we were sorry.
Well, yeah, the Love Tribe, Ron. Like, hey, officer, how was this plan? Is this cool? Which is great though, because he's Love Tribe.
We had a plan. You guys aren't going to talk Shell at all tonight? Anyone?
Shell is bad.
Can I introduce?
I don't have a car.
Does
anyone here have a car?
Sure. Yes.
Just last night, I drove through the intersection, the perfect intersection to do a boycott. It's the intersection of Olympic and Fairfax and San Vicente.
Okay.
It's a massively huge intersection, and there's a giant Shell there, and I couldn't help but notice that their price was $1 more per gallon than the one like 3 blocks away.
The problem there is
It's nuts. But
by protesting the gas stations, you're not hurting the company, you're hurting the small business owner who owns the gas station. Because a lot of the gas stations are independently owned and they buy their fuel from someone else.
So we need to go to a hub.
We need to go to a hub.
That's what the proposal was.
See where
That passed GA. So how do we?
Yeah.
Where do we pick it then? That doesn't hurt the small.
Do they have
their corporate offices?
Okay. Do they have their own refinery? Because I know that most gas stations get their gas from the same refinery.
You know,
What's a hub?
What?
What's a hub?
It's all good.
What do you mean go to a hub?
Like wherever they do most of their business, whether it's the corporate office or the gas happens, you know?
Like a refinery?
Yeah, refineries.
Yeah.
Block it from going out of the
I don't think there's refineries here.
I don't think does Shell have their own refinery? Because most gas stations get it from the same place.
Shell does, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I don't think we even get into specifics, you know?
No.
Shell is a petroleum company. trying to go green here.
Wow, your picture quality is beautiful.
Big oil spill.
Look at mine's like not even half as good as yours.
some Wi-Fi. Log onto my Wi-Fi.
Not should OLA
I got a
solidarity action. It's
Mine's 4G.
Oh, really?
somewhere.
My phone is 4G.
So I don't need any other reasons beyond that.
If you want to shut down like refineries and stuff like that infrastructure, like the regulations that they work under are so tight and so crazy that like any sort of disruption will shut the whole place down. That is like without a doubt. Like you don't use the handrail over there. They start putting off the because I've worked in some oil for some oil companies doing work for oil companies, and they are ridiculous about like everything being completely on point, like step by step by step, and they are so like all about logistics. So as soon as something gets like backed up, something that they don't expect happen, it throws their whole day off, and they. You know, of course, they spend a lot of days not doing anything because they're oil companies reap in the profits, but something to keep in mind that we don't have to, it's not as much like the port, it's more like the banks. Like if we have 15 people standing outside a bank saying we should start a run on the bank, then they'll close the bank down because they don't want to start a run on the bank. Like we don't actually have to go in and like start sitting on their desk or anything. They'll just close the doors because they don't want to.
That is civil disobedience as well. Just for the people watching, inciting a run on a bank is a crime. Just saying, just for the viewers. But I'm not saying I'm against that idea. I'm not against that idea at all.
Automatically though, we were at Bell and Melon Bank today,
yeah.
and they closed the doors, and one guy came and he was all pissed off. You guys interrupted my life because the doors are closed. And it's like we didn't tell them to close the doors.
Yeah, you don't need to
that was a
incite
choice
anything.
that they made.
So what did he say?
No intention of them.
But you know what's funny? When they close these banks, they lose more in one day than that person's mortgage payment costs is probably $5 months. Like, really? what's you know, why don't they just give these people a break? They're greedy. Oh,
they're scared. That's what they are. They're scared.
They want the money.
They're scared of us. They're very scared of us.
They are very scared.
We've done a lot. We've done so much.
So with the foreclosure issue.
How many homes
they are terrified. You know
how much media came out today? I mean,
CNN was
you talk about 10 million foreclosures.
Yes.
You know, the average.
They tried to interview me. I'm like, I don't want to be interviewed by any major media, but thank you for being here.
So you're 20 billion.
What was it? What were they showing us for?
The foreclosure action.
Foreclosure action. Foreclosure Friday.
Yeah.
Every Friday.
Every Friday?
Every Friday, Foreclosure Friday.
That's hot. All right.
Watch OccupyLosAngeles.org.
Well, I need to free up my Fridays then.
On a national level, the banks are losing.
Yeah. Fridays are going to be
Man.
I was rebroadcasting.
I couldn't function today. I was like no good for anything. I was like,
yeah.
Anything where there's people that's somewhat affordable or free, we should be there.
Were you there last night?
It's all connected in such a broad way.
look at my.
Last night.
I put my hoodie inside out because I'm afraid of the cops.
Angela Davis is there. She's a prison advocate. She's like, that's
I think in the past 3 days I pissed off a lot of cops.
Are you streaming right now?
I'm streaming right
How
now.
many people you got on?
I only have one. I didn't advertise. I'm just practicing. Like last night at Artwalk, I was just practicing, and oh my god, like all that shit happened.
Well, notice I'm carrying my camera in my hand.
I have my flip cam is 1,000 times better quality than this, and I took it out like after everything happened. Then I took out my flip cam.
Pretty good quality in the dark.
We're like, we need to do the revolution, the internet.
Yeah, mine is probably that good quality also.
I think they pick up sound pretty
I
good.
think it trips them out when I start like videoing with 2 hands.
Well, what I did too is I shut off the light on the front of the flip cam when it's recording. If you can't see, the light doesn't turn
When
on.
we walked into the police station, I had 2 hands. I had my flip cam on, and I had this on, and
Oh, that big
Double
camera,
fixing it.
that big camera that was there in your video, do you know what service that was? Somebody had a shoulder.
There's a couple of big shoulder cameras. One of them, we got the video and I sent it out to everybody. We're gonna try to find out who the other people were too. Did you see the big guys? Did you see any news trucks out there who that was?
I saw some professional looking shit, but I was too preoccupied to stop and ask, who are you, where are you from? But there was there was boom mics. Like, how do you get a boom mic out there that quickly? Like, what are you doing?
That means it was already there for something else, right?
For, I don't know.
Was it for Artwalk or was it?
No, I mean, there's a lot of big things going on.
I don't think anyone was expecting that to happen.
Yeah, I remember Artwalk in the very beginning.
But
8 years ago when they started rebiting it.
it was all about the music. That music made the difference. That music got everyone excited, and people were like so happy to see us, and it was so beautiful.
I had work. I was thinking.
Yeah, we can't all make everything. And who would think Artwalk? Come on, I thought like it was gonna be boring. I'm just gonna practice live streaming.
Zero arrest.
I did too. I thought, okay, I'm gonna go in, get some postcards, put them in my scrapbook, show it to my professor, get some extra credit. That would be the highlight of my night. I didn't get any postcards. I got nothing to turn in.
Except the trip to Metro?
I think it was a police station.
No, which one? Parker or Metro? They're right next to each other. It didn't look like Metro.
There was a weird sculpture with like gears or something outside, and there was a mural. Okay.
Mic check. All right.
And some cops that really hate me.
Back to GA. Get your point, people.
Get your point, people.
And let's figure out how to take down Shell.
Let's figure out how to take down Shell.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Wait. There's light in the bag.
The stackers, please. Stackers.
Stackers.
This is how I turn it off.
Oh, I'm a stacker too. Can you read it?
Ladies and gentlemen of the General Assembly.
Ladies and gentlemen of the General Assembly.
I believe that the facilitation team is at fault.
I believe that the facilitation team is at fault.
We forgot a note taker.
We forgot a note taker.
Does anyone wish to participate? And check us. Who's already taking notes?
Who's already taking notes?
For the GA?
He's right here.
Dennis! We asked that the note taker from your breakout group please give your notes to Dennis so that he can have those. Thank you.
Thank you.
White people come here, stackers. White people, go to the stackers, please. In the meantime, I'd like to make a call. For anyone new to the General Assembly. Fresh meat, come on. What do we got? We got two right here. We got new people. Wait, hold on. That's a lot of new people. This is amazing. Let's get a piece. Come on up.
Come on down.
Where are we at? Come on up.
Come on.
Don't be shy. New individuals. We love to see your faces.
Baptism by fire. Go on. If it's your first night in GA, you have to sit
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Mic check.
Don't be afraid. That's a mic check.
Just say hi.
I'm Victoria!
I'm Victoria!
Highway. Curiosity, basically!
I'm Monica.
I'm Monica!
Why are you here?
How's it going?
I wanted to see.
Three words.
I wanted to see
I wanted to see
what you're doing.
what you're doing.
Unbiased by the media.
Unbiased by the media!
What was your name, man?
Nick.
Nick.
This is actually my fourth time.
This is actually my fourth time here.
Bringing my friend.
Okay.
I'm bringing my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You rule!
We were.
Solidarity flag! Mike Jack! I'm sorry! Mike Jack! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! We're humiliating them! We're humiliating them! We got Solidarity flag!
One more new person. Roll in it. Can't stop it once it starts. We got one other new guy. Come on up.
Come on up.
Hi. And it's,
Hi.
hi. I'm Miguel.
I'm Miguel!
It's my first time here.
It's my first time here!
I'm here to promote a show.
I'm here to promote a show!
It's called Occupy the Heart.
It's called Occupy the Heart!
I hope you can all come watch it. It's amazing.
I hope you can all come watch it. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you want any more info, just come. I can hand out a flyer, but it's based on the Occupy Wall Street movement. It's at Casa 0101 Theater. It's a theater in Boyle Heights. It's nonprofit, and we're trying to really just inspire change, provoke audiences to see themselves in another, and promote a universal respect for human life. So I'm here to hopefully try to connect with you guys and be able to just, you know, on the stage in the theater, just tell the story, and just thank you all for your time, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you!
And you have a Facebook page.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. Occupy the Heart. Just type it up. The event's up there. Thank you.
Cool, thank you, man.
Hand out flyers.
We're now gonna go to report backs. First person up. David.
David.
Davey.
What?
We got more new people. Mike, check.
You need a live stream over here. We got police doing something.